Hi, my name is Trevi.
And I'm Kate.
And welcome back to our podcast called 6 Feet Above. Wait, we have some important information to share.
Something crazy happened, guys.
Kate is 5 years sober today. Well, yes, no, wait. What's your date?
October 5th. Should have been September 7th, but I kept smoking weed. I digress.
Oh, because clock it.
But Trevi got me cupcakes.
I did. I literally will do it till the day I die. Not kidding. Insert video here. Because happy 5 years to you. Happy 5 years to you. Happy 5 years to Kate. And another 5 more.
Oh, love you. Okay, that's a relapse, bitch.
No, that's a relapse. That's a relapse, bitch.
Relapse,
oh my
bitch.
God. That's a whole ass dog.
No, I know, it's so cute.
Wait,
this is so...
I literally thought that the lobby that this podcast studio is at was gonna just light on fire. Apparently I don't know how to work lighters.
You're
or
not
candles.
a cigarette girl.
I'm not.
Yeah, so you just got to pick that up.
Yeah, so it was really terrifying because there was just lots of like fabric furniture everywhere, and I was just like, this whole place could go down.
And you were willing to do that for me, and
I was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Happy 5 years though.
Thank you. I feel like we're both like so seasoned, like with sobriety, you know?
Yeah, it's like we should fuck it up.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, guys, 5 years is kind of bonkers. Feels like it was just yesterday, but also feels like it's been a millennium. Feels like I've never drank in my life.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I was talking about that with someone recently.
It's just like I can't believe people still drink.
No, because literally.
I'm like, get a life.
No, because actually, when people drink around me, I don't even like realize that they're like drinking.
Yeah. But also, well, most of the time, not most of the time, but sometimes they're not like blacking out.
That's the thing.
So I'm like, what are you doing? It's just so weird to me.
It's like sometimes I'll meet people that I like potentially like want to do business with, or like maybe meet someone that I am interested in out, and they like are extra nice, and I always forget that like when there's alcohol, and then the next day you text them and it's like you don't hear from them. I'm like, but what about everything
like
you said
all
last
over
night?
Me. Yeah,
I'm like, you were all over me last night.
Right.
Oh, you can have 3 drinks.
Yeah.
And get your mood lifted.
Yeah, and also some people can get really hammered and not show it.
That's Paige. She'll black out. She'll speak in full sentences.
I was always so envious of those people. They're like, oh, I blacked out last night. I was like, you will know when I black out. It is a path of destruction.
Yeah.
And I was so jealous of the mutes. I was so jealous.
Mutes.
They're just like the flirty dance girls that like maybe kissed a boy. I was like, I literally wake up with a restraining order.
No.
I digress.
The bouncers are punched.
The
There's a restraining order. There's random bruises all over me. There's videos of me online screaming.
Like,
I don't know what's
oh my
happening.
God. No, because it is humbling, but I haven't had to deal with that in 5 years. I haven't woken up and been like, oh my God, what'd I do last night?
Yeah.
I have woken up with anxiety, but it's nothing compared to the anxiety.
Guys, if you are on YouTube and you're driving or trying to fall asleep, we highly recommend if you actually just head on over to the audio version of this so you can lock your phone, do whatever you gotta do. Just go listen to the audio version. Guys, sorry to interrupt you in the middle of this episode, but we would really appreciate it if you liked this video, left a little comment, and subscribe to our channel, and turned on the notification bells. I know it sounds like a lot, but it takes 2 seconds and would really, really help our channel out and push it to people that are like-minded like you. Okay, so I'm gonna do something very AA.
Oh.
How'd you do it?
Hey.
Is that what they do?
It's so close.
What is it? How did you do it? Or what do they do?
They like sing you happy birthday and then they're like, how'd you do it?
I just did that.
Okay, yeah, it was just a different tune.
It was a different tonage. Yeah. It's just wrong because I'm not an AA. Yeah, just say it.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm in the new group. It's called Slay A.
It's called moderation drinking. Okay.
Thank God. I wish.
Damn, I don't even know. It's giving day by day. That's so cliche.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
Yeah, same thing, different tone.
Yeah, same thing, different tone. But no, it's weird. I do want to say like the last time I drank was on September 7th, and I woke up that morning and it was the most traumatizing night of my life. Like, not gonna get into it obviously because guess what, I don't want to. But so true. But I woke up and I immediately went to my weed stash. I started smoking weed. I was like, I don't want to think about anything. I don't want to think about anything. And I started listening to Michelle Branch. and I just sat and rotted in my bed all day. I couldn't even look in the mirror. And when I wasn't smoking weed, I was bawling my eyes out.
Wow.
And I'm like, I can't believe that was ever me.
Well, I can't.
You're like, I can't.
Personally. No.
That's so it is, but I'm like, I'm so glad I'm so far away from her. Love her to death. Took me a while to love her.
What? Michelle Branch?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, I hate that. No, I love her. But you have so much hate for yourself in early sobriety. You're like, God, I'm such an embarrassment and an idiot.
Shame.
And now I'm like so far away from her that I'm like, oh, sis was hurting.
I was about to say, like, you're just really hurt. And you're like a lost soul. You ever what's the movie with like the lost souls? Is it Soul? It's literally the movie Soul. Pixar Soul. And they like have to go through like this certain area to like, and it's like all these like lost souls and like
I want to see. Okay.
And it's like, okay, that's me and Kate.
Literally.
That's what I thought when I first watched the movie before I even met you.
You were like,
I was like, that's Kate and me.
Kate.
Yeah, it's Kate and I.
Wait, I want to watch that. I haven't
You should.
seen
It's
that.
a really good movie.
Oh my. Okay, doing that tonight. Literally can't wait. Wow. Slay. How'd I do it? Yeah, that's the gist. Every year is different. I build a little bit more confidence, a little bit more esteem every year.
Let's go.
And like I had all these things in the past 5 years where I'm like, oh, I'm going to drink for that. Or like, there's no way I'll be sober. And you do. And it hurts more in the moment, but you heal quicker.
Yeah. That was me with Coachella. I think I was like, any music festival therefore, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that sober.
Yeah.
At all. And
how was it? Sober. I mean, you talked about it.
See, that's the thing. I don't remember drinking. The same thing that you said. Like,
oh yeah.
This is just my life now.
Yeah.
So it's like
in a box.
Yeah, but it's like whatever I do now, I will find things in it to enjoy it because I don't have the option. Like as to you. So if I go to Coachella tomorrow or April or whatever it is, right? Like I'm not gonna be like, damn, this was so much better drinking because A, I don't remember drinking.
Right.
B, I don't even think I remember Coachella drinking.
Yeah.
Like truly thinking about it, I don't really think I even remember any of the Coachellas.
Oh my gosh.
I just thought I like was having extra fun, right?
Right. I mean, I've never been to a music festival. It's kind of like it's not my thing. Never, and I never would.
What if I perform?
Obviously. If you were like, even if Meg was performing, I wouldn't go. If you're going, obviously, when you headline. But
Coachella, baby.
When Trevi headlines Coachella. But honest to God, I was thinking about it in college. I would wake up next to empty calzone boxes. Like it was so demoralizing not remembering like calzones that you ate.
It's worse than a dude that smells like calzone boxes.
Dude, waking up to both.
Waking up on both?
Double
waking up with both on top of you.
Like But there have been, okay, not me about to segue and going way off topic. There have been moments when I was drinking. So it was hard to get sober because there were nights where I had so much fun and I would hold on to dear life for those nights. I was like, oh my God, well, maybe I can recreate that one great night and maybe it can all be good. So we want to get into stories because we always talk about bad drinking stories and guess what? We're not going to stop. But we all obviously had some good times or else we wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And so we want to talk about fun drinking stories that we held on to for #DearLife. Take it away.
Let's glamorize alcoholism.
Let's glamorize it. On my 5-year.
I think it's interesting. I always said, and even with, and I really love talking and speaking in English. Yeah. I think specifically with the ketamine stuff too, I really learned that a huge part of addiction in general, on the psychological aspect, is trying to recreate a memory over and over again. You know? Like, I remember the first time I tried K, it was this beautiful, insane experience where, I was just this rush of serotonin, and I, felt like a kid again, and I felt like my brain opened. It was just, this crazy experience, and, I just kept doing it just to try to recreate the first time.
Yeah. Totally.
And next thing you know, you're $100,000, $150,000 down the drain, and you're at a bus stop in Koreatown. Your mom's calling you, thinking you're dad.
And isn't that so beautiful?
And I'm like, I just want to feel like a kid again.
Yeah,
if you really think about the root psychological issue, it's really sad.
Yeah.
But like you said, as far as drinking goes, it's those nights, those wild nights. You wake up next to your friends. You guys are all laughing.
Right. You
Right.
debrief on the bed the next morning.
That with the Panda Express, that's like 12 hours old.
Right.
And it's like, I
Right.
don't care.
No, it doesn't
Get
matter.
in and out. Give it all to me right now. And it's like, who's going to tell them that they can have a good night and have 12-hour-old Panda Express without drinking?
No, because why didn't anyone tell us that?
No, because why did literally not a soul tell us that we can all debrief on our bed and not
Yeah.
and we'd actually remember the debrief.
Yeah.
Because the debrief, a part of it was like putting pieces back together.
Right. And they're like, oh, you made out with that like 90-year-old man near
And
a trash can.
I'm like, I literally don't
Yeah.
remember that.
And I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Debriefing sounds a little bit more fun if you remember it.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the whole point. You debrief.
Actually, riddle me that.
No, because two buckle my shoe.
Two buckles.
Miss him so much, by the way.
I'm so scared he watched that episode,
No,
by the
he
way.
probably did.
Okay, I love that. Anyways,
I don't even know. Like,
there's got to be a crazy fun night you had, and we'll recreate it.
I think just like going on vacation to like Mexico or
Uh-huh.
like even like filming that Get Ready With Me with Tana.
Which is all over my FYP.
Like it's
That's on Ken this
it's
fucking
like
plane crash.
No, Ken this plane crash. And it's like obviously I have these memories of drinking that I'm like, oh my God, that was so fun, or like, oh, I was so much funnier then, or
Not true, but
no. I don't have those thoughts now, but I
Yeah.
think that like before I got sober, I thought that alcohol played a huge role in my comedy in the way that like
totally.
I thought it was like I thought it was the reason I was
yeah.
funny. I thought it
Yeah.
was the reason people liked me,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like, especially looking at that video and looking at the comments, it's like they're so funny, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I connect to that.
Mhm.
It's because I'm drunk,
Right.
and like even just that trip as a whole, or like any music festival, or just like random LA nights where you just like, it's like a Tuesday and then you end up at some billionaire's house with your friends, and it's just like,
Good God.
why did I piss in the street and why is it in my camera roll?
I want to know.
No, I'm back in.
Yeah.
So obviously it's like the randomness and the craziness and the spontaneity, I don't know what the word is, but that's like a
Right.
part of it that I deeply cherished and
Right.
held on to. But like, at what point is it like, girl,
Throw in
put
the
it,
towel.
throw the towel, put it back in the briefcase.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily, if I think of any specific stories, I will,
Yeah.
but it's like,
I mean, that video with Tana is like how I felt when I was drunk with my girls
Yeah.
on the good nights.
on the good night.
I was like laughing so hard. Everything was funny.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered.
At
But then
all.
was it like, how was the rest of that night? Do you remember?
We had a plane 2 hours later.
No.
Yeah. So we just got hammered, and
That's
then
horrible.
we were hammered on the plane.
Right.
So
So not
I used
horrible.
to love drinking and traveling. So.
No, like it's fine.
No, because I remember before I went to the sober living, I had to get in an airport.
Screaming. Did
So it
you
was like-
drink before New York?
No.
Oh.
I was already in rehab 60 days before. But I think it was like 45 days, but it was my first time ever traveling sober as an
Right.
adult. Ever. I would
Oh.
always drink at the airport. So it was my first time, and I was in an airport, and just like my muscle memories like already
my
like I'm like,
God.
no, wrong
Right.
way.
Oh, that's such a mind fuck.
But then I landed sober, and I met you the next couple days, and suddenly we're in LA. Life is
Episode
weird.
41.
What?
Episode 41.
I'm saying,
That's kind of how it goes. You
No.
stay sober,
because the consistency,
it goes crazy.
it's like it's sticky.
We're keeping our foot on your necks. Don't you worry.
No, because wait till they find out like what's next.
Until you find out that we're gonna have guests soon.
Yeah, we trialed guests out towards the beginning of this podcast, and I think that like we wanted you guys to get to know us a little bit more on like our dynamic, on like
Right.
how we work.
Because you were introducing me to them, and they said, "Who in the hell is this?"
Stop.
And now you
No, I
know.
think that like it was really, really healthy to like, and just good for us to practice podcasting
Yeah.
together without
Yeah.
feeling like there's any sort of judgment, right?
Right.
So I think we're now in a place where we are going to have guests on. So if you guys have any recommendations on who you want to see, please comment below, or I don't know, tag them on Insta. I don't really know. Whatever you want to do. But hey,
Whatever feels
wait,
right.
clock this one.
Yeah.
I just found out that ratings have a huge impact on how our podcast performs on
What?
audio platforms.
Oh my God.
So, and we've never said this, but guys, head on over to Spotify right now. If you're not listening on Spotify, head on over to Spotify and go to our podcast page and rate the podcast 5 stars. It'll really, really help us out. And also head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate it 5 stars as well. Guys, this is really going to push us on the audio side. We love what you've done for us and what we've grown over here on the YouTube. But we got to push these other platforms. So thank you for your help. Thank you for
saying, yeah, we want to continue doing this. I'm already so floored that people like watch, like the amount of people that watch.
It's gaggy.
Like, it's gaggy.
Yeah.
I can't believe anyone. I mean, not that we're not perfect
And special and
special.
absolutely deserve
Right.
everything
But
that
still,
comes our way.
it blows my mind every day. But another thing that blew my mind was this one night this particular night of my drinking, I held on to for years.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I was like, oh, I shouldn't drink, I was like, wait, but that one night. And obviously,
Spill.
a man is in it.
die.
Because why wouldn't he be?
Why wouldn't there be a cock and balls involved?
There I am at One Oak in New York.
Wait, stop. Stop that sentence. Stop that.
That alone is
I
a crime.
forgot about that.
I know.
Because they had one out here in LA. Now it's called Keys.
Really?
And there was a LA One Oak.
Why did they get rid of it?
Because it was One Oak.
Because it was One Oak, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was when it was kind of cool.
It was their last oak.
Yeah, it's the last oak. But one time, literally, I was waiting outside of it, and they let everyone in but me. That was actually really cool.
Wait, awesome.
Oh wait, no, it was fun.
Lavo.
But anyways, we go to One Oak, and then we go to a pizza place after. And I was ready. What?
Which one?
Artichoke pizza.
Okay.
It was always right next to One Oak. And I was like ready to call it in because like once you end up eating pizza, it's like kind of when the night is over.
Yeah.
And then my friend's like, no, let's like go to this other club. And I was like, damn, okay, I am a club rat. So we eat our pizza. We're waiting in line. And these 3 boisterous men come over. And one of them is literally the hottest guy I've ever seen. You would think he's hot.
Really?
Yeah. Tall, rich, a little older. This was when I was like infatuated by tall men. I've changed. But anyways, he was like, he comes over to us. He ends up, because we weren't with a promoter, he buys us a table. It's giving money.
Okay.
And then he's just like buying us drinks, whatever. And then he was like, do you want to come to this after party with us? And I said, actually, there's nothing I want to do more.
Right.
I think I was like 20 at the time.
Okay.
And we go outside with his friends. His brother is probably the worst person I've ever met in my life.
It's always the brother.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta leave. Anyways, he was like, gonna get us a cab, decides to get us a limo. And I was like, damn, it's crazy that I'm like a billionaire.
No,
when you think
because
about
you
it.
are a billionaire.
Yeah, even though I didn't pay for anything. Anyways, all you need to know is that I literally fell in love with him. And I was 20, mind you.
Oh.
He was in his 30s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
I thought he was like supposed to be the love of my life. I couldn't believe that this like taller rich man was pursuing me.
Right.
But anyways, the night was so fun, but I guess also it's a problem because I became obsessed with him and he didn't care if I got hit by a bus or not.
Right.
So
Typical.
actually everything sucks and drinking's bad. But like I really thought he was my soulmate and I was like, oh my God, drinking brought me my soulmate. Like I can't believe this.
Oh,
Like,
babe. Because I've literally been in situations like that. And it's like you're so confused the next day. You're like, wait, you're not telling me he was flaunting his money just to get my pussy.
Right. And oh my
Even
God.
sober, I've had nights like that. People just flaunting their money thinking I'm going to just like open leg boots.
Well, yeah, because, well, when I was drunk, I was like, oh my God, he's just a rich man. But now that I'm sober, when I come across that, I think it's disgusting. When you flaunt it, like, when you brag about it.
Right.
There's nothing I hate more than a name dropper or someone that brags. I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to be confident for the love of all that's good.
Right.
You seem so uninteresting when you like name drop and brag about like going viral or wealth.
Oh, wow. That was a really good segue.
I'm so smart.
You are really, really smart. Kate and I don't want to say it, but the actual literal fame Like, Kate and I have been going viral lately, okay? And I'm not talking like a
I got 10 views.
No, because we got 11 views combined on one
So
video.
clock that.
No, yeah. Kate and I have had some little hits, some hit videos recently, and we want to kind of talk about what it is like to have a viral video or a semi-viral video or a video blow up on TikTok or one of those platforms in general. And like, first of all, how common it is. I feel like at least like one person always has like one video.
Everyone's gone viral.
Everyone's like had their like one video. Which is like hot. Like everyone deserves to experience that.
I truly believe everyone's famous. So no one's famous. Except us.
Except us, because we're actually famous. Yeah. Well, if you actually think about it, you know, considering the listens and views that we get, it's like a residency. It's like a stadium.
My mind.
Imagine us every week coming into a stadium and speaking to a stadium. That's what it's like.
I want that to happen.
But that's what's happening.
Wow, yeah, that actually is what's happening. That's crazy. It's crazy. I've shared my deepest, darkest secrets on here, and I'm like, oh, no one's ever gonna hear it.
It's like if you did it at Dodger Stadium, and you're like, yeah, I have rashes in my butthole.
Right, and I like eat ravioli and watch when I'm high. Like...
I'm saying. So, yeah, Kate and I wanted to kind of talk about what it's like to go viral, and especially going viral and ending up on like the wrong side of the internet.
It's kind of the best thing ever when you think about it.
Actually, it's literally made me want to die. Like it's really...
So expand on that.
I just think ending up on the wrong side of the internet, as far as like the demographic that wouldn't like me, and especially me as a trans person, like there's a whole group of people out there that wants me dead, mama. And that might seem like a lot, but it is true. There has been awful comments, and like recently in the past week, my Apple Store dances have been blowing up on TikTok. Someone reposted them, and it got like 30 million views or something. And I'm very grateful for that exposure, and you know, all the people that came over and joined my fam on TikTok. But it's like, it's also like a really mind-boggling and slightly traumatizing experience.
Right.
Like receiving thousands and thousands and thousands of messages from strangers that are good, but also bad.
Right.
Because a lot of people were really upset that like they're, you know, what appears to be in the video, a happy, dashing, dancing young boy with a nice future ahead of him. And then they go on my profile and now they see that I'm 26 and see that I'm trans. They're like, oh, another one ruined by America. Another one like brainwashed by... I'm like, I don't think you understand. The reason I was dancing in the Apple Store is because I've literally always felt like this. Like I needed to find different ways to express myself because God forbid I came out as trans when I was younger. Like I had to do these like overly expressive things to express myself because I had nothing else to express.
Like you weird idiots. Like you can always just block if you don't want to. Like why? Nobody cares about your input. Like I just don't get it. Shut up. Like this is who she's been.
For a long second.
What's wrong? You are a girl in that video. Like,
well,
you are. Like, oh my
maybe
good
psychologically.
God. Exactly.
But like, I don't know.
You weirdos. I just don't like the messages are so weird. I'm like, how do you type that out and comment it?
And send it, yeah.
And you're just minding your business, being hot and living your life.
Right.
And I guess that's a crime.
Yeah, I know.
You weirdos.
Fucking weirdos. Yeah.
Good God.
But it's all right. I mean, a lot of people showed me a lot of love. A lot of people who saw that back in the day and who rediscovered it were like, oh my God, I remember watching this 14 years ago. I'm so happy to see you're doing well and sober and yada, yada, yada. So like, I'm so grateful for those people. I don't want to like put that past me at all, but it's just like really hard. Like, especially you have like 30 million views or whatever it's at now. It's like, I can't expect that all to be good. Right. And it's like, that just comes, that's the price you kind of got to pay with making content on the internet and just being a public figure in general. Like, you do it for the love, but you also got to expect the non-lovers.
Because they will hate on literally anything.
Yeah.
Like, it could be just you eating a sandwich and they're like, wow.
She's huge.
Yeah. I just like, it's like laughable at this point. I just like... I mean, my worst ones on YouTube Shorts. I've had a few. I've had a few videos like go Vivi and the
Vivans?
go Vivans, and the comments are like, oh my God, I hate her so much. There's something about her that I just can't stand. This like idiot roach. Why is she so big? Like all this stuff. And I'm just like, I can't like,
What?
It's weird that you're getting this mad.
Because they actually are.
Yeah, I'm like, what is making you so mad? Or one I love is I get comments sometimes being like, wow, actually respected you until I saw this, and you're just another like dumb slut. And I'm like, here's the thing. You actually never respected me if that's how you react. Like, that's all the information I need. Like, when I get those comments being like, used to like with you, but now you're like stupid and slutty, and it's like, that's why I don't take any of this shit seriously. That's why I like dress how I want. That's what I say what I want to say. Because like most people just like don't have respect from the get-go. I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. Like if I have to like prove myself and literally, like I've said, wear a cloak to earn your respect, I was never going to get it in the first place. But anyways, you can stop calling me big. But I do, I like talk about how I'm 200 pounds sometimes because I know it ruffles the feathers and it's actually funny to me at this point.
Well, it's just like,
but it's just like, you know, because everyone's like so scared of weight, and I'm like, I don't care. It's just measly a number on a scale. But people are like, I think they like short circuit and they're like, wait, why isn't she like wanting to die over being 200 pounds? And they're like, you're big. And I'm like, okay. Literally get a journal, but.
get
a journal.
Literal Substack. Start writing articles.
Get a Substack.
Start writing literal articles about it. Because I'm actually begging.
It's so weird.
What was your... Wait, didn't you go viral recently, though?
Yeah, a video about me talking about... A video that went recently viral is talking about having lice in 6th grade.
Okay.
And people are getting mad at me because they're like, did you go to school with lice? You're a monster. And I'm like, oh my God.
They're like,
I wish
wear a
I
mask.
did.
I'm like,
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
thing. Different thing, babe. That's COVID.
And then there's one that I talk about how men need to stop asking tall women to breed with them.
To breed with them?
Yeah, because men will be like, they'll come up to me, they'll be like, well, not come up to me, they'll message me because they'll be like, oh my God, like, let me put a baby in you, let's have NFL kids, then I'll never bother you again. Like, I'll never bother you again.
What
and
the
I'm just
fuck?
like,
you have to raise them.
Right. And I'm like, offering to come in me and leave is groundbreaking.
Also really hot.
Right.
Wait.
Like, can you be original for once? So,
all in all, I feel like it's a thing that like a lot of us have had to deal with. Cyberbullying on some degree. And I guess it's just teaching you that you can't please everyone. And that's a lesson I constantly have to learn.
I'm saying. And honestly, the people that do come for us have very minimal intelligence.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I've kind of been saying that.
Yeah, and I think this episode we should do the minimal intelligence segment.
I'm begging you to take it away.
Guys, if you are new here, the minimal intelligence segment is where we take things that men have said to us on either social media platforms or dating apps that we find baffling, and we are going to read them out loud.
Okay, my first one, here's a cute one. He goes, quit telling people that you're a queen and tall. That's real queen. There's real queens around the world. In tall female athletes, you must be tall for nutting.
Wait, what?
Did any of that make sense?
Is he on meth?
I don't. I like read it 6 times. I'm like, wait, so what's crazy is I'm actually kind of confused.
This one's from a girl, and it's not necessarily minimal intelligence, but I just found this DM incredibly funny.
Okay.
You and my boyfriend matched on Bumble before we started dating, and I think about it every day.
Oh, shut
And the new
up.
message, you're so hot.
Wait.
Like,
I love that.
She had maximum intelligence.
Yeah, she did.
She had maximum intelligence.
Oh, cute.
But I thought that was soy
That's
beyond
so
funny.
funny. Did
Yeah.
you look up the boyfriend? Do you remember him?
I don't. She was on private too. But I'm like,
Damn it.
I'm not in that industry. I'm not in that biz
Yeah. We don't know anything about that.
at all. I'm not in the home wrecking biz.
Some guy asked me to beat the living shit out of him.
Wait, what? Why don't you is that just all it says?
Yeah, beat the living shit out of me.
You would though.
Honestly, for a price, Honestly, I would do it for free.
I always found your videos so funny growing up.
Oh, God.
New message. Now that I'm grown up, I want to hit it.
Oh, so it's like the worst
So it's
thing
giving,
ever.
okay, first part of your life, you're getting to know me, my personality, and now I'm sexually attractive. Okay,
Right.
another maximum intelligence.
I guess so. Okay, so the DMs are loving you this week.
This is a comment on the Apple video that went viral. This one's minimal
Oh,
intelligence.
God.
We lost a true legend. Like the dramatics.
Oh, my.
This one, not surprised that I'm a
Bro.
tranny. But like neither the am I.
Right, like you
So
thought you ate.
okay, maximum intelligence.
Yeah,
Why is
honestly.
everyone smart in this episode?
Like everyone's smart.
You got one?
If you're trying to impress Kate, then you better show off those piggies,
What is a piggy?
like toes.
Oh, I thought those were dogs.
Is that true?
I
Am
thought those
into
were. I
that?
thought toes were dog or feet dogs, and the
Feet
toes are the
dogs.
piggies. All I know, it's a slaughterhouse.
All I know is another maximum intelligence was, ma'am, a firefighter would need the jaws of life to get my tongue from outside of you.
Do you know what the jaws of life is?
No.
Okay, the jaws of life is like a machine that they use to like get people out of like vehicles that like the door won't open.
Stop.
Like, so if someone gets in a car accident and like the door doesn't open, and to get the person out, they have to use the jaws of life machine, and it like opens and breaks the car in half to get the person out. So he's basically saying he'd have to be ripped from the jaws of life to get his tongue outside of you.
Why is that my man?
No, because
Like-
actually,
oh,
sorry, because
you're calling
actually
him-
respond to him.
Dude, the way I thought Jaws was the shark.
So this is from someone I've never met in my entire life or ever heard from. And it says, "Hey, I miss you. I want to breed you."
Oh,
So I don't.
What'd I
What do
say?
you miss? I've never met you.
isn't it? I've had people be like, hey, like we've met or something like that. And I'm
No,
like,
but we haven't.
no, we haven't. Have
we
you had
haven't.
people be like, hey, someone's using your pictures for a Tinder profile? Or
I'm like,
something?
that's just me.
But
I just put a different name.
but I'm like, they're trying to get you to respond. Don't do it.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
I got such a maximum intelligence DM
Okay.
from a.
So are we just doing
Yeah.
the segment wrong today?
I guess we like people today.
I guess we like people today.
Okay, so this girl goes, I just pulled a client from your comments. LOL. He messaged me. Easy money. Thank you, Kate. Not me supporting small businesses.
Wait.
I don't know what she does. Her profile's private. So if you're listening to this, tell us what you do. Unless you want to keep that to yourself, then I totally understand that. But honestly, I'm glad I can make you money. And wouldn't it be crazy if we made money?
Okay, guys, for those of you who are new here, Off Our Chest is a segment where we gotta just literally, physically remove the things on our chest that have brought extra weight onto our spirits this week. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's just basically a rant and a word vomit. And Kate, I'm gonna let you go first because I don't have anything.
You know what? Thank you for that alley-oop. I want to touch on something
Okay.
that has come up a lot recently. GERD and no rashes, but there's rashes on people's hearts.
Oh, I'm saying.
I went there. And listen, I can completely empathize with this. I know what it's like to be down bad.
Right.
And I just have had a lot of my girlies the past few months, like, just I see their lives become so small because they are just yearning for validation from a partner.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
oh, that's not.
Oh, that's no.
And
Oh,
it's-
that's.
Yeah, that's real. And it's like I see all this potential, these beautiful beings, and they just like ruin their entire lives. It makes me, thank you. It makes me sad, like those type of people, like it is hard to be friends with them sometimes because they're always going to put that person first, and they're going to like give everything to that person.
Even if
and
they treat them like shit.
even if they treat them like
yeah.
shit. And like you just see them, like their whole mood is always based on who they're with.
Their whole is always based.
Their whole is based on who they're with. And like I have been there and I totally get it. I'm in this like place right now where I think you know, like obviously I've been there. I'm not judging. It like literally makes me sad to watch because I'm like, I'm seeing these beautiful people just get their lives destroyed in the pursuit of someone's validation. And I just like, oh my God, it sucks to watch. But piggybacking off of that, I do feel deep in my heart that complete opposite of that, I'm on like a legit celibacy journey right now. Not a fake one.
I don't believe you.
And you shouldn't believe me because how many times on this podcast have I said I'm celibate?
No, because and you always go, and I mean it.
But I do actually mean it this time.
You do. I don't believe that you don't mean it. I think that you
I know.
Things happen.
Things happen, and I like, you know what? I shouldn't say celibate. What I'll say.
I was gonna say that because that raises the standards, and if you that up, that makes you feel like shit about yourself.
Then you feel bad.
Put a different like word on it.
I'm
hesitant.
I'm hesitant. I'm having qualms.
Well, you're in an era of higher standards. How about that?
That my standards are very high, and what's crazy is they're not even that high. Like I literally just want people to take me out, want them to make me laugh, want them to ask me questions, want me to
beat them up.
Want me to beat them up.
Yeah.
I want them to respect me, and that's hard to find. But
yeah,
it's really hard to find. But I'm just in this place where I'm like 5 years sober. I've never felt so centered. I'm so focused on like my girlies and the grind. And honestly, I am looking. I'm yearning. I'm looking for answers about my sexuality because I'm confused every day by it. I was on a dating app, deleting the dating app, and it's nice. It's obviously nice to have a crush. Last episode, I was like, I just want to text someone and like someone. And I pondered about it this week, and I was like, I actually really like just like not waiting for a text and just like texting my girls and doing what I love and doing all these creative things that I was always too scared to do, and just putting all my energy into that. It feels so right. It feels so good. I'm cutting a little bit back on working out just because I'm doing once a day, maybe 4 days a week. It used to be twice a day, 6 days a week.
A little bit more time to yourself.
A little bit more time, giving my body a little break. I'm just being so nice to myself. So that's my spiel.
No, and I loved it, and thank you for sharing.
I appreciate
Seriously. Okay, I got it off my chest.
Talk.
Okay. Last week, I was in Miami.
Oh.
I was in Miami for 48 hours and 48 hours only.
That's crazy.
And all I truly needed was a couple hours.
That's all you need in Miami.
To really understand what's actually happening here. It's Vegas on a beach, but then pick it up and put it in the world's grossest steam room.
I'm screaming.
It's so hot.
True.
It's so hot. It's so humid, and everyone's just hammered. I felt so tall there. I thought I was the. I didn't know. I didn't realize you were saying that they like the tall girlies because there is none.
Oh, there's a severe lack.
There's no tall men either. There's nothing.
Why do you think I love it there?
Me plus you, I don't like Miami. Yeah. I didn't like the vibe.
Not many do.
I didn't like the way it made my hair look. I loved going out there and hanging out and getting on a plane and doing something different for once, But was it absolutely beneficial to my mental health? Not necessarily in the slightest.
Right.
I don't see myself going back there. Ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you loved it though. Before.
I liked Miami before, but I was there. The last time I was in Miami, it's probably when I was 18 years old.
Oh.
Okay. So
of course you're like, I love Miami.
Yeah, and I had a fake ID, so obviously it was really fun because the clubs that let me in, I'm like, it's also an adrenaline rush because it's my ID's fake, and then I'm at the strip club and I'm spending a bunch of money. And
they only let you in if the ID's fake.
That's
you're over 26. They're like, whoa.
They're like,
go
whoa.
to the nursing home.
Need to know that you're a minor.
Yeah.
They love it out there. No,
they really do.
Oh, I don't know. Last time I was there, I was jet skiing and doing a lot of things in the daytime, and I was I don't know. It was just odd. Maybe it's just because I've never been there trans. I know there was a lot of people giving me some stares. I know it's not the most liberal of cities. I was anxious as the airport bathroom there.
Really?
Yeah. I always get really, really anxious in an airport bathroom too, because you always have people from different states and traveling. You never really know who's in the
Right.
bathroom, like what they would think of me if they clocked me. That's like a huge fear I have.
Damn.
Going in airport bathrooms, because it's just like, even because like people having connections,
Right.
like they could be going to Alabama and they could want to kill me.
Oh my God, scary.
It's so spooky.
Ugh.
It's different than going in the bathroom like Delilah, you know?
Right. Airport bathrooms also smell so bad on top of that.
You're telling me?
You're like, I'm terrified and it's searing my nostrils.
Well, it's a lot better now. Back then, it was like urinal cakes.
in the airport bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to be a boy. Yeah, I used to be a boy.
Bitch.
What? So that's my off my chest. I don't think I'll be going back to Miami. I enjoyed what I came there to do.
What were you doing there?
I don't know.
Like, I actually,
No,
I don't know.
was invited to a skincare event. I'm glad I got to go and do there what I came to do.
So
but
cool.
I tried going out and it was just like not hitting.
Wait, really?
Like I went to 11.
Were you alone?
No,
Oh.
I was with friends, but like we all went out. We were just like, what in the snooze fest?
Because you see it for what it really is.
Especially
And
when you're
it's
sober.
sick- Oh my! The club in Miami when you're sober, you're like, good God, is everyone a violent criminal in here?
Everyone.
Like,
And everyone
yeah.
else that
Yeah.
isn't is a minor.
Is a minor, right? Exactly. And they're looking at me. They're like, okay, she should be literally on a gurney, but
Or 12.
right, right.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be at a club when there's full of minors. And
Whoa.
you know, and you know what else nobody wants?
What?
Nobody wants this.
Oh. here we go.
Y'all, there's a new show called Nobody Wants This, and
It's not sponsored, by the way.
oh yeah, so it's actually crazy you're not paying us. But
Oh.
Trevi texted me and was like, "You need to watch this right now." And I'm weary when people give me recs because I'm like, you don't know me, you don't get me, right?
Right.
I'm very particular about what I'm gonna watch.
And that's the first rec I've given you.
Yeah, and I was
nailed it.
mad.
I nailed it.
I was mad at first, but then I was like, let me give this girl a shot.
Right.
So I turned it on, could not take my eyes off it.
No, could not take me eyes off it.
It's good and it's us.
It is us. The show is great. I think it is very us. I don't know if I'm the sister or the
Well, what's it
Kristen Bell.
about?
Okay, so Nobody Wants This is about two sisters who have a podcast.
And we are related.
Yes.
Yes.
And one of them falls in love with, I don't want to spoil it, but it's something not in her universe, okay? And someone like her is not really accepted in his universe, right? So first of all, for
I'm
me,
only on the third episode. Please don't spoil anything.
oh, I didn't even know that. I thought you were like close to the end.
No.
Okay. In both aspects of like, oh, I have a podcast with my sister,
Right.
blood related.
Exactly.
Yeah, came out of the same womb.
You see, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we both have alcoholism. You really could.
I do think we're related.
Yeah, truly, at least on a soul level.
Right.
Maybe not a blood level.
No blood.
Unless we share the same rash.
Which
I'm saying,
We
you
kinda
want to become
do.
blood related real quick, we should start just fucking rubbing.
I'm honestly.
I'm saying-
if anyone wants a rash, hit me up. Okay.
Dude,
Continue.
are we just going to start like
I don't know.
fucking in like a
Yeah.
couple years?
Honestly.
Are we just going to, like, what's happening? Anyway,
Probably.
so basically, I don't know. I related to it on that aspect, and I also related to it that like I feel like when people fall for me or when I fall for people or I'm talking to a guy, like normally, especially if they come from religious background or like a specific political background, I am out of their universe, nor am I accepted in their universe.
Right.
And it's like this big problem, and I've never overcome it, right? I just, as of recently, just started to steer and actively seek people who are not in that universe.
Period.
So I can have higher chances of actually being in something healthy, happy, and stable.
That's self-love.
No, because at the end of the day, if you actually think about it, it is.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. So it's really, really good. If maybe we should give like a fun little like every month we give like a little recommendation to the listeners.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I never even, since I'm so far from being in a relationship and I haven't been in one since this podcast, I never even thought about like down the line getting into a relationship and whoever I'm dating's parents like watching this podcast.
And you want to know the worst part? Everything we've said on here is there forever.
Forever.
Like-
and I said what I said and I'm not taking it back.
Right. You
But
can't, by the way.
which, yeah, I couldn't, even though I tried to scrub those episodes.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah.
I go, nah,
You go, that doesn't actually make any sense.
So we'd go from episode 24 to episode 28. And that doesn't,
Right,
we're missing
right,
4 episodes.
right.
Yeah.
I've tried. It doesn't work. But like, I don't know. At the end of the day, this is our truths. And you can take it or leave it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah. But the thought of like, I love older ladies so much. So the thought of an older lady being horrified by things I have to say
It's kind of.
is harrowing. But I'm not going to stop yapping.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Bree's dog right now.
Oh my God. Wait, can we bring her on?
She's so cute.
Can we bring her on the pod?
Yes. Why is she so sleepy?
Okay, so our podcast producer, Bree, just got a brand new dog. You guys, look at this.
Okay, stop.
Oh my. Wait, not the glam. Do you have any words to say? Okay. Wait, you're so adorable. Guys, if you're on an audio platform, head on over to the YouTube to see.
But then give us 5 stars on the audio platform.
No, because I'm saying. All right, you guys, we're going to do the unnamed segment where we answer your questions and advice inquiries sent to our Instagram at 6feetabovepod. Go follow us so you know the next time we post and are reviewing your questions.
Okay, what is your nightmare CBD blunt rotation?
So you don't feel anything.
Right.
Right. That's
like
good because I hate weed.
The sober person's version of blunt rotation, you know?
Someone once told me that CBD is a relapse.
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
It's not. No, I've done it.
Okay.
Remember, I'd walk in the sober living with the CBD drinks. Remember?
Oh,
Recess?
yeah.
And then
do you feel it? I've never done it. Do you feel anything?
I think it's like a placebo. I don't know. I do.
Placebo.
I don't really know. But nightmare CBD rotation is that trans girl who eats food on TikTok Live and then corrects the waiters for her pronouns.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
She goes, "It's ma'am."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but you're doing that just so you can film that. Okay?
Yep.
Yikes, that might be controversial. And then second person is Mark Zuckerberg.
That.
Because why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are all the algorithms algorithming?
Why.org.
And why don't I know anything about the algorithm?
It's a mystery to all of us.
Yeah. And I also think Elon Musk.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Slay.
No, yeah, like 2 tech billionaires who I feel like wouldn't stop yapping, and then like one that would just keep correcting me on her pronouns. It's like I literally know. Like I'm trans too. Like I understand. Like no, I get it.
Right.
Get off live. Thank you for the roses.
The tech billionaires nonstop yapping though.
Mm-hmm.
I've like come to a point where if a man starts talking at me, I just walk away.
Mm-hmm. At you, not to you, or like
yeah,
with
at
you.
me, like telling me a story upon story and bragging. I just like walk away, or I say something offensive.
Yeah, or they like tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Ugh, the
Good
best.
God.
Good God.
Put a sock in it.
No,
Anyways,
put an actual cloth in it.
my nightmare blunt rotation is a male comedian with a lot of followers.
I know exactly who you meant.
Yeah. Boring and talk about talking at you and bragging.
Ugh.
The bragging goes, noise.
Noise.
Benoy noise. My ex-boyfriend
Which one?
and
Which one?
don't want to specify that.
Oh, yeah, so true.
Yeah. And, but you probably know. And then lastly, anyone that like sober splains to me, like tells me that I'm doing sobriety wrong.
Oh, or
That
like
was the topic we were supposed to
or
talk about.
like someone who's not sober and is like, keep going. I'm like, no, Deborah.
Right, right.
I literally there was someone from Temecula that I think like was one of my like childhood friends' moms that I haven't spoken to in years. I posted something about my sobriety, and she's like, "Keep up the good work," or like, and it's so harmless, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I bet you're sitting there with your glass of wine, fucking saying that, right? And I'm like,
shut up.
She's like, "Keep it up." I'm like, you don't. I'm gonna relapse because you sent that
On live.
on TikTok Live, and
Right.
then I'm gonna correct everyone's pronouns
Right.
to he, him, because I'm gonna detransition on TikTok Live.
God. And that's what Deborah can do to you.
That's what Deborah can do. That's what she can really unlock.
yeah.
So
Sometimes when I tell people I'm sober, they're like, I only have like 2 drinks a night. Has that ever happened to you?
I'm like, I wish.
I'm like-
you're living my dream.
But they like overcompensate. They're like, I only drink occasionally, and like, oh, and I'm like, okay.
That's with every guy I speak to.
Why is that such a thing with men?
Yeah, no, they once they find out you're sober, I'm like, okay, well, first of all, there's a twisted tea in your hand in every single one of your dating app profile pictures.
Right. Riddle me that.
And apparently, like, all your prompts are about like how you're like this crazy wild animal.
Right.
But then we talk, and you're like, I actually don't really drink that much. I'm like, the math isn't mathing.
Someone's fibbing.
The Pythagorean theorem is deeper.
It's not algorithm.
And I told Mark Zuckerberg that.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
And Elon.
Right.
Oh my God, you want to know something funny? Speaking of tech billionaires,
Stop.
I was watching this thing, this like news thing. Do you know what Waymo is?
Yes.
Those new AI-powered driverless cars?
Yes.
Okay, get into this. Not sponsored, obviously. Okay, so apparently, like I think it's in San Francisco, where I think their headquarters are out there. A lot of the cars, like when they're not used, go and park themselves in a parking lot. Okay, and there's so many of those cars, those AI-powered cars, in the city of San Francisco because I think it originates there, like Silicon Valley. Okay. And there was a bunch of cars by this parking lot. And I don't know if they like automatically all go to this specific parking lot, but there was like 100 Waymo cars all going to the same parking lot to park themselves at, but they caused a traffic jam of themselves. It's like 100, 150 robots.
Oh, wow.
And they're all honking at each other, and it's at like 3 a.m. And all the neighbors complained because every single apartment complex and home surrounding that parking lot, the entire night, all they heard was just cars honking at each other. And it's just robots honking at each other. How dystopian and Black Mirror.
That is so crazy.
I have to show you the video. It's so funny. It's on video. Like of the cars doing it, like all honking at each other, and they're like backing up and honking at each other and like trying to like, it's so funny. Like the world is so like
it's
so
so
fucked.
Scary.
How funny.
That is so wild to think
Yeah.
about. Like you played yourself.
You played yourself way more than you thought you would.
Waymo.
Get it?
God, you're a genius.
I am a genius. My boyfriend is starting to believe in conspiracy theories. Please send help. Okay, well, maybe your boyfriend's on the right side of history. Because I'm always saying, if you don't have a boyfriend that watches Joe Rogan and completely runs with every conspiracy theory and thinks that pigeons are fake,
then why are you dating him? Yeah, I don't want him.
I don't want him.
Don't come near me.
I truly don't know what to do about that, but I don't know to what degree your boyfriend is believing conspiracy theories in.
Right. How severe is it?
Is it like reptilian people severe? Or is it like, okay, like capitalism is like the root of all of our issues? Kind of. I'm like, that's believable. But like reptilians.
Yeah, what degree is it? Honestly, if he's sounding a little cuckoo, I would have a talk with him.
Yeah.
And see if your morals align.
Right. And then if not, you can always
just date him and be miserable.
I was going to say 51-50 him.
Oh, right, that too.
What do I do with my life? I just dropped out of high school at the end of freshman year, June.
Sly.
Okay. Well, so here's my first thing. I always think if you're going to really do this route and you are going to choose this, I dropped out sophomore year, okay? So you're talking to the right girl.
For real.
I went ahead and got my diploma anyway, okay? I studied. I did the big test out here in California. It's called the CHESP, the California High School Proficiency Exam. It's probably called something different where you are. I don't know if you're in California. It's basically GED or similar to GED. You could do either or to get your diploma, okay? I think there are different, depending on if you want to go to college or specific types of college require certain types. But hey, the least you could do was study a little bit, take a big test, and then if you're, I don't know how old you are, but by the time you could start working when you're like 16 in America, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying you study your butt off. You got all this time off, and I don't know the root or why you did drop out, but I will say, from one dropout to another, not only will you feel better about yourself for actually going and getting that diploma, it's going to help you down the line in whatever job you're going to want in your 20s. Because think about it. You're not going to be 15, 16, 17 forever. You're going to need it when you apply for jobs and future,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to have some sort of at least high school education.
You know, have a solid plan. And if you're not a Nepo baby, I would say, yeah, just think about getting that diploma. And it's hard out there. I mean, it is not easy to get jobs, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, best of luck. We're
Best
rooting
of
for
luck to
you.
you. Not kidding, but do that thing for yourself. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. It's very important.
Kate and Trevi, please humble me. Okay. So basically, I've been hooking up with one of our friends for 1.5 years. He claims he likes me and would progress our situationship slowly. There is zero change, but every time all our friends get together, he acts like as if we don't know each other and kind of ices me out. Death. But everybody knows we are hooking up. This loser. He does coke, but the D is fire. I really like one of our other friends that is in the same group, and he is super sweet and tried to make subtle moves. Please go with him.
Yeah, go with the new.
Not the you know that guy has coke breath. That dry. It doesn't matter how fire the D is.
I experienced someone with coke breath recently.
No, don't tell me it was at your birthday. It was probably in Miami.
It was you. Remember I told you in last episode you need to start doing coke?
Right.
It was
I would
today,
slay at coke.
tonight, this episode. It was you breathing
Right.
in my face.
You're welcome.
No, I experienced someone on a night out with coke breath, and I immediately just go, "You did coke, didn't you?" And they go, "Yeah. Do you know where I can find more?" And I go, honestly, like, if you speak another word to me right now, I might faint.
You're like, you're talking and that's crazy.
It's like, I don't know how to describe, and we'll get to your question in a second, but
Right.
hold on.
Yeah.
Coke breath, it's like if morning breath, it's like if you could smell morning breath times 10,
Yeah.
but then like
With a hint of
make it
piss.
drier
Yeah.
and make it wetter at the same time.
How is it dry and wet?
I don't get, it's like Florida.
Yeah. It's literally
It's like
Miami.
Miami.
Miami in a mouth, but piss in it.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm saying. So don't know why you're even giving him the time of day, but that's so okay. So what pisses me off most about this question, besides everything, is that he ices you out and pretends he doesn't know you in a group setting. I've experienced that so many times. It is so demoralizing when a man has bequeathed you and he literally, and you're in public with him and he won't even look at you.
Right.
How insulting. I'm like, he's so
Stone
lucky that you even looked in his coke breath direction. And then he's pretending that he doesn't know you.
Coth Debrechen.
Coth Debrechen.
Stone
Mind you,
cold.
the way I used to listen to that song and bawl my eyes out.
Stone
Cold.
Stone
Cold. You need, for the love of all that's good, not only cut
leave.
things off with him,
Yeah.
cut him off as a friend. This man does not respect you. And
all.
I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that you need to hear that. But for him to be inside you, then ignore you in
that's not-
public and then say that, oh, we're gonna progress our situationship. What does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? For him to do that, the layers of disrespect go absolutely bonkers, and I want you to have nothing to do with that. So you're gonna write us in next week, and you're gonna tell us, you're gonna give us screenshots. Actually, no, that's none of my business. You're gonna tell
You asked us to give you or to tell you what to do.
Right.
So this is what we're gonna do. If you want to
Right.
listen to us, you
yeah,
gotta.
you're not allowed to listen to us
Yeah.
unless you
Yeah,
break
yeah,
things
yeah.
off with this man and show us a screenshot. If you do it in person, you videotape it.
Exactly. And
Got it.
also,
On live.
I have your Instagram now, so we will
Right.
block you from this YouTube channel.
We're gonna cyberbully
We're gonna
you,
s-
then block
No,
you.
we're gonna blacklist you from ever watching our podcast again. Also, us, please rate us on
Yeah.
Spotify. Also, us, we're gonna block you.
Oh,
No.
so don't piss us off again.
It's an act of self-love.
Oh my god, that guy sounds horrible. I would love to see
Horrible.
what he looked like, honestly.
I don't know. I'd be really grateful to see what he looks like.
Wait, I would too.
Yeah.
Slay the boots. Okay, no, never again.
You know what?
Never again.
I'm so grateful.
Me too.
I'm so grateful. I think this was a more like informative, relaxing, like conversational episode. I didn't feel the pressure to be so clownish and funny. If you want really funny, last episode was gag worthy. I think it was one of my
I
favorite
hate to say I
episodes.
think this episode was funny.
Okay. See, I don't remember laughing,
Okay.
but I also don't remember what I ate for breakfast this
Right.
morning.
I remember chuckling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a few chuckles in there.
Yeah.
I think we're funny. See, we're so funny that we don't even know when we're being funny.
That's the burden of being like perfect.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And then I can't wait to edit this and then listen to the sound of my own voice and
Love.
hit my head on the wall. And,
No, because editing goes crazy for the mental health.
oh my God. I'm grateful some amazing stuff is really happening in my life right now. I'm making some strides, all right? Some great stuff is happening with my music.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that my best friend Kate over here is still sober. She just reached 5 years. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for these Susie Cakes cupcakes because I don't eat cupcakes. I don't eat cake.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
That was good.
not us plugging every company in the
Yeah,
world.
and they will never pay us.
So that's kind of crazy.
We have exciting things potentially coming up for this podcast as
Oh
well.
my God.
And the
fingers
guests.
crossed.
Yes, and the guests.
Don't
You guys,
forget to comment what guests you want.
I'm not kidding. If you forget to comment who you want to see,
We're gonna
block you.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna be left at all. I'm really grateful because I get my hair done tomorrow. It's
Oh my God,
the
yay!
lift, the roots, the whole nine, and then I go to San Diego. You know I love nothing more.
Oh, cute.
I know.
Oh, you're gonna be thriving.
I'm gonna be thriving in 24 hours. And by the time this is up, I'll be peak thrive.
Yeah.
Actually, if you think about it.
It's gonna be crazy.
So, anyway, and I'm just grateful for Bree, grateful that we got some doggy time, and I'm grateful I get to go see Tana because she's home for a little bit from tour.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to have 5 years sober. Grateful to be here with my blood-related sister and
Rash.
Rash. Grateful that the rash is clearing up, and really grateful that October 26th, Parallel Plays doing a live show.
Union Hall.
Union Hall. We sold out the late show, but we added another show. It's at 5 o'clock. Get your tickets. They're in my bio and in the description below.
You're brave.
you.
You're brave to go out there and go to the biggest cities in the world, LA, which we live in, and New York, and you sold out both. So
Okay.
I could say my sister Kate is thriving.
Honestly, you're too good to me, but that's that.
It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
I wish I could make it.
I know, but at
but-
least you came to the other show.
Hey, I'm saying. All right, you guys, we love you, and we will see you in the next episode of
Love
6 Feet
ya.
Above.